Yeah, she has appeared in a few movies and even played Lucille Ball in a one-woman show. I thought we was taking her next. We're going to keep going with this thing right now. Marlana Marie is here with us on Start Your Day. Marlana, I'm so sorry. I'm like early in the morning. Sometimes my brain, I got the brain fog. You know, I got that post-COVID situation sometimes. I thought we was going to go to break and then come back to you, set it up. But you're here with us right now, and I'm so happy that you are. Thank you for getting up this morning with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And I understand the brain fog because even though my body is physically in Tampa, my brain is still in LA. I'm still dealing with the whole 3 hours difference. I'm there with you, brother. I'm right there with you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I really
I
appreciate
can't
you
really
guys having me
blame
today.
the time difference. It's just I'm a little older, and then I'm just like my brain just kind of wanders somewhere. You know, that's just how it goes. Sometimes it's kids. I've had kids in my life, and they've just gotten on my nerves. But so have you. I understand. You got a very special,
Yes.
funny special called Single and Pregnant, and you mentioned how people
Yes,
used to
yes,
ask you
yes.
all sorts of personal questions. Like, what kind of questions did they ask you?
Well, when you're a female comic, you tend to create an atmosphere for the audience where they feel comfortable, where they feel like they know you. And so they don't
Mm-hmm.
have an issue with asking you personal questions. And the number one question I would get would be like, Marlena, you're single, you're pregnant. How did that happen? And I just be thinking like, did you not get the talk about the birds? Like, I don't. I'm always so confused. What happens? Don't you pay bills? You pay taxes, right? You are contributing to society in some kind of way. And I gotta have this talk with you, you know. So that is always the one that gets me when they ask that, because I wouldn't ask anybody that question. Like, how did it happen? I just wouldn't do that. Like, you should know. At this point, you should know.
Well, yeah, or you could just say that you got a friend named Joseph and you had three wise men following you around and you had your baby in a manger. I mean, you could do it that way if you
Yeah.
want to, too. I mean, I guess that's another option if they didn't get the memo on the birds and the bees. But now you got a beautiful daughter now. How's that changed you? How's
Yes.
that helped you become a better comedian?
Let me tell you, if someone told me 5 years ago when I first started this that kids give effortless material, I would have had a baby a long time ago. Like she consistently is, I tell you, she consistently just says things and does things that just blows my mind. Like when she was 3, I remember being in the kitchen and she came in with a bottle of juice and she asked me, she said, Mommy, what are the ingredients in this? And I looked at her like,
Mm,
ingredients? Who taught you this word?
mm.
Like, she is smart. Like, I was like, this is a 4-syllable word. I use 3. Who's talking to you? Like, she's ridiculously smart. Like, it's crazy. Like, she's so smart at this point. She's in kindergarten, but I have her in a language immersion school in which she spends half the day
Oh,
speaking English and the other half
mm.
speaking Mandarin. So her brain
What?
just wraps around things and just absorbs it all. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's gonna be amazing when she
Okay,
goes. She takes I have her in
so it
coding
sounds like
classes. Like I'm building the superhuman right here, guys.
I like that. I like where you're going here. I mean, you know, because I do believe you should use your kids, especially they got unique talents. You know, I wish, you know, I wish I would have had a son like 14, 15 years old. I was 6, 7 with a jump shot. I would definitely be using him so daddy could retire early. But I see where you're going here. So you're setting them up for a positive future for themselves, but also for a quick retirement for mom too, right? I mean, let's just be honest. That's what it's all about. You want your kids to grow up so they can have a great job so that you can retire early as well.
That's that's what it's all about. It's all about getting from her. See, what I figure, the U.S. owes China so much money. Eventually, they're gonna come over here and want to collect. So I got my own order. So when they come to me, are they saying, "What did Mama says this?" Like I got my back. Like Emily.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get the daughter to help out with the internet services as well when it comes to the Wi-Fi, because we still got to get this Wi-Fi thing straightened out. Hey, you went to HU, you went to the real HU, if one want to understand, Howard University, the HBCU.
That's
How
right.
did being on that campus mold you as a comedian?
Let me tell you, when you're on HBCU, period, any type of interaction you have and wanting to do something has some type of process, and it gets you introduced to that idea. Like, I have a process that I need to go through that I may not be most comfortable with. I may have a process that I need to go through that's going to help me humble myself and grow. And let me tell you, like, HBCUs, it doesn't matter what you want to draw. You can want to draw in the choir. There's going to be a process to get in it in some type of way. So when you get into the
Yeah,
real world,
they
you
gonna
be like,
put.
man, this is effortless. I went through validation period. I was in line trying to get into class. Like, this is nothing here. This is nothing.
You know, we're gonna put a little extra on, a little stink, a little bit more swagger on or whatever. So yeah, it does prepare you for that real world and makes things a little bit easier. All right, so you're a comedian. I need your funny takes on a couple of current topics that are out there. You ready to make this happen? All right, so since you're down in Tampa, let me start off with this. I know you live in LA, but you're from Tampa. Your family's in Tampa. I don't know if you guys are Buccaneers fans or if you just became Buccaneers fans when Tom Brady came to the team and y'all won the Super Bowl. But Antonio Brown, you know who he is. Of course, you saw his antics out on the football field and what happened there. What did you think of that whole madness with him leaving the field and taking his shirt off and seemingly at the time quitting on his team in the third quarter?
Let me tell you something. I have tons of friends who are still in Tampa. And as soon as everything happened, my timeline was just lit up. Antonio Brown, Antonio Brown. I'm like, what is going on? So I knew it like 5 seconds after it happened. Like, I knew what was going on. And you know what? If we just got an opportunity to see if you quit your job, what it's going to look like. If you hate your job, this is what it's going to really look like on the day that you quit. That's what we saw. And, we don't know exactly, it was a lot of he said, she said kind of things on what was said by the team, what was said by him. But at the end of the day, he was done. And I don't know about you, but I've had some jobs. I wish I could have just took my shirt off and wrung it around my head like a helicopter and sitting in somebody's face when I walked out too. I don't know too many people who are like, yes, I left very happily. Like, it's not like you want to raise the roof a little bit. You want to, go with his personality. This is how you do it. He set the bar high. When you like quit a job, this is how you do it. You want to make a statement. Like, he was
Yeah.
done. There ain't no asking me back. Ain't me coming back. Like, I'm done. Like, if you come back, you look stupid. I come back, I look stupid. Like, it's how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if a woman takes her clothes off at work, that's basically saying that's a resignation. I mean, if you get fired, you get a pink slip. If you want to quit, you take off your slip. That's pretty much what's happening right there. Do women even wear slips these days? Anyway, that's another story. So New Year's resolutions, we're about a weekend. I don't know if you make them. And if you make them, do you keep them? And have you kept yours so far?
Let me tell you something. I had gained a lot of weight after I had my daughter, which is 5 years ago. And then I couldn't,
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point, you can't blame it on your kid. But then COVID happened, right? And I could blame it on
Mm-hmm.
COVID, this extra weight. So I said to
Yeah.
myself, this year I'm going to get my neck back. This angle, I have this camera right now. You can't tell, but I lost a lot of neck. I used to have a luxurious, like, dress, ostrich neck. And when I had this child, she chopped my neck. And so now my neck is like, at my chest. And I'm looking at pictures like, what
Yeah.
happened to my neck? That's the true sign of weight
Yeah.
gain. And thank goodness we
Yeah.
got these
Yeah.
masks that hide these double chins that I done threw. So at this angle, you just
Did,
don't know what you're doing with. But I'm telling you, like, this year,
mm-hmm.
it's gonna be for real. Like, I want to get on it. I got me that little Peloton bike. I've had it forever. It's actually gonna get used, now. But the other thing though, but seriously though, the other thing I want to make sure I do is support other people. Like, I want to make sure that I'm
Oh.
there to give and be able to do something for others. We always ask about and look at, well, nobody was there for me. No one supported me. I'm here by myself. What happened? But you
Mm-hmm.
have to ask yourself too, but what did you do? How did you support them? How were you showing up
Oh.
the best way you can and using your platform of whatever kind you have in order to elevate others? So that's like my goal.
Marlana, I like that. I like you. That's really nice. You know, always got to give back to others. Use your platform to give back to others. And I'm with you on that whole baby weight thing. You know, I used to always say, look, you know, I love my women and love my ex-wives and all that. But like, you know, we just always say, complain about baby weight. I'm like, baby, the baby ain't a baby no more. If the baby 11 years old, you can't blame it on baby weight no more. If the baby ain't a baby, it ain't baby weight. It's just that, you know, but I still love you the same. I still love you the same. And that's my contribution to you, is basically telling you the truth. Marlana, thank you so much. You have been a joy. You've been a pleasure. Good luck with your career.
Thank you
and
for having
when
me.
you're out here in LA, absolutely, I hope to see you on stage, because I'm always out at these comedy clubs. Marlana Marie, join us here on Start Your Day. We'll be right back.